Bitcoin is sitting at $75,000, and most people are staring at it like it's the only game in town. Big mistake. Because right now, 4 specific altcoins have just been named as the assets most likely to generate life-changing returns in 2026. And I have the data, the price levels, and the analysis to back that up. Stay right here. This video could be one of the most important 15 minutes of your investing year. Welcome back to the channel, your daily source for crypto market intelligence. No fluff, no noise, just what matters. If you're new here, we cover crypto market updates, price analysis, and the investment insights that help you stay ahead of the curve, whether you've been in this market for 10 years or 10 days. Today, we are going deep on 4 altcoins that analysts, on-chain data, and institutional money are all pointing to as 2026's biggest winners. We're talking real use cases, real momentum, real price targets. Let's get into it. First, let's talk about where we are right now because context is everything. As of today, May 28, 2026, Bitcoin is trading right around $75,000. It opened the week near $77,000, pulled back slightly, and is currently consolidating in a range between $73,000 and $77,000. Now here's what that actually means. Technical analysts are calling this a healthy consolidation, not a breakdown. Bitcoin has established a strong support floor in that $73,000 to $75,000 zone, and models from multiple forecast platforms are projecting a move toward $80,500 by end of May. Ethereum is sitting just over $2,100, also consolidating, also waiting. Bitcoin ETFs saw about $1.26 billion in outflows over 6 consecutive days recently, partly driven by geopolitical tension, rising oil prices, and broader macro uncertainty. That created a short-term dip. But, and this is the key point, the underlying structure is bullish. Elliott wave analysis is showing this consolidation may actually be setting up the next leg higher. And when Bitcoin moves, the altcoins that are fundamentally strong are going to move faster, higher, and with more force. That's the setup. Stay with me, because this next part is where the real money conversation starts. The first altcoin on this list, and arguably the one with the most institutional tailwind right now, is ONDO Finance. If you haven't heard of ONDO yet, let me give you the 30-second version. ONDO Finance is the leading protocol for real-world asset tokenization, or RWA. That means they're bringing traditional financial assets, think U.S. Treasury bills, bonds, equities, onto the blockchain. And this isn't a niche experiment. As of May 2026, ONDO has crossed over $3.5 billion in total value locked and controls more than 70% of the tokenized equity market. That is dominance. They've partnered with BlackRock's BUIDL fund. They teamed up with Clearstream and 360X in April. The institutional validation here is real. Now the price picture. ONDO has been in a consolidation phase since a large token unlock in January 2026. Nearly 1.94 billion tokens entered circulation. That created a mechanical headwind. But here's the thing, the market absorbed it. The price held its key support. On the daily chart, ONDO recently broke out of a multi-month symmetrical triangle, a pattern that typically signals buyers regaining control. For price targets, conservative analysts have it in the 45 cents to 75 cents range. Bullish scenarios, driven by the upcoming fee switch vote in the second half of 2026, which would direct protocol revenue directly to token holders, put ONDO as high as $3 by year-end in aggressive models. The thesis is simple. The RWA market is estimated to reach $10 trillion in a bullish scenario. ONDO is the infrastructure for that market. If they execute, this token could look very, very different 12 months from now. The key level to watch is 45 cents. A decisive weekly close above that level changes the momentum picture entirely. Altcoin number 2 is SUI, and this one has been turning heads for a reason. SUI is a Layer 1 blockchain built using the Move programming language. It's designed for parallel execution, meaning it can process transactions faster and more efficiently than most of its competitors. Here's what's happening with SUI right now that you need to know. First, the 21 share spot SUI ETF started trading on NASDAQ in February 2026. That's a massive legitimacy signal. Institutional access products don't come out for tokens that don't have a serious future. Second, SUI processed over $111 billion in stablecoin transfers in January 2026 alone. Developer growth, up 219% year over year. Third, NASDAQ-listed SUI Group Holdings staked its entire 108.7 million SUI treasury in early May 2026. That means over 2.7% of circulating supply moved off exchanges. When supply leaves exchanges, that typically means less selling pressure and more conviction from holders. The gaming and DeFi ecosystems on SUI are growing rapidly. Major game studios are deploying on the network, and the upcoming S2 platform unification, a roadmap upgrade targeting 2026, aims to introduce gasless stablecoin transactions. That's a user experience unlock that could bring in the next wave of adoption. For price targets, the range analysts are watching is between $3 and $5 if SUI breaks the key resistance level near $3.50. Long-term projections, if adoption holds, put SUI at $12 to $18 by 2030. This is a high-momentum layer 1 with real usage metrics. That combination is rare, and in an altcoin season, rare is exactly what you want. Number 3 on the list is one that Ethereum holders should be paying very close attention to: Arbitrum, ticker ARB. Here's the one-line thesis. Arbitrum is Ethereum's scaling solution. It's a layer 2 network that makes Ethereum transactions faster and dramatically cheaper, while still inheriting Ethereum's security. And as Ethereum continues to grow as the backbone of DeFi, NFTs, and tokenized finance, Arbitrum captures that activity. More Ethereum usage means more Arbitrum usage. It's that direct relationship. The DeFi landscape in 2026 is expanding beyond just base blockchains. Users want speed, they want lower fees. Arbitrum delivers both. ARB has been identified by multiple 2026 analyst reports as one of the key assets for investors seeking leveraged exposure to Ethereum's ecosystem without having to bet on ETH itself going dramatically higher. What makes Arbitrum different from other layer 2s? Scale, ecosystem depth, developer adoption. Arbitrum has consistently led the layer 2 category in total value locked and active addresses. It's not just a tech project. It's a functioning, revenue-generating piece of infrastructure that millions of people are already using daily. ARB has been building a base in the current market consolidation. Analysts covering the DeFi growth narrative in 2026 see ARB as a direct beneficiary if Ethereum's broader activity picks back up, which the ETF inflows and institutional interest strongly suggest it will. The thesis here is straightforward. You're not betting on a moonshot. You're betting on the infrastructure that's already winning. That's a different kind of confidence. And the fourth altcoin, this is the one that I think could genuinely surprise people, is Bittensor, ticker TAO. TAO sits at the intersection of two of the most powerful trends in the world right now: artificial intelligence and cryptocurrency. Here's the concept. Bittensor is a decentralized network for AI. It enables what are called subnets, essentially decentralized AI machine learning models that compete, collaborate, and get rewarded in TAO tokens. Think of it as an open marketplace for intelligence. In 2026, the AI infrastructure narrative is massive. Decentralized GPU networks and AI agent platforms are drawing real institutional attention. TAO is considered one of the purest expressions of the AI crypto thesis. Now, TAO comes with real risk. One of the listed risks is that the departure of a single key subnet has historically triggered a 10% price crash. The token is volatile. It belongs in the high-conviction, higher-risk bucket of any portfolio, but the potential upside is significant. Price targets from CoinMarketCap AI analysis for 2026 put TAO in a range of $364 to $643, with longer-term analyst targets reaching all the way to $1,000. To be clear, those are projections, not guarantees. The AI narrative needs to continue to build. TAO needs its subnet ecosystem to keep growing. But if you believe AI is the defining technology of the next decade, and the market seems to believe it is, then TAO is one of the few crypto assets that gives you direct on-chain exposure to that thesis. It's not for the faint of heart, but for investors who understand the risk and size their position accordingly. This is a name you absolutely need on your radar. Okay, let's bring it all together with the key levels and the big picture. Bitcoin. Support at $73,000 to $75,000. Resistance at $80,500. A close above 80 grand is the signal that the next leg is beginning. ONDO. Critical support at 21 cents. Key breakout level at 45 cents. Watch for the fee switch vote in the second half of 2026. SUI. Resistance at $3.50. Break above that level with volume and the $5 target comes into play fast. ARB, tied to Ethereum's resurgence. If ETH pushes toward $3,000 and beyond, ARB is likely to follow with amplified gains given its direct beta to the Ethereum ecosystem. TAO, high volatility, high potential. Watch subnet activity and developer growth as the leading indicators. Now, zooming out for a second. The broader TWAS 2026 macro setup for crypto is genuinely compelling. Bitcoin ETF infrastructure is live. Institutional investors are now building differentiated exposures to specific crypto sectors, not just buying BTC as a block allocation. Regulatory clarity has shifted from being a headwind to a structural tailwind. The altcoins that win in this environment are the ones with real usage, real institutional backing, and real narratives tied to the dominant trends of 2026. AI, real-world assets, DeFi scaling, and Layer 1 competition. ONDO, SUI, ARB, and TAO each represent one of those pillars. That's why they're on this list. Let me give you the summary. Number 1, ONDO, the RWA leader, $3.5 billion in TVL, institutional validation. Watch for the fee switch vote. Number 2, SUI, the high-performance Layer 1 with a spot ETF, exploding developer growth and real on-chain usage. Number 3, ARB, Ethereum's infrastructure play. More DeFi activity means more Arbitrum. Number 4, TAO, the AI crypto wildcard. Highest risk, highest potential ceiling on this list. These 4 names cover 4 of the most important narratives in crypto right now. That's not an accident, it's a pattern. The market rewards projects that solve real problems at scale. If this video gave you value, smash the like button. It genuinely helps this channel reach more people who need this information. Subscribe if you're not already. We're putting out daily market analysis, price updates, and breakdowns just like this one. Drop your thoughts in the comments. Which of these 4 altcoins are you most bullish on? I read every single one. Until the next one, stay sharp, stay disciplined, and remember, the best investors aren't the ones who move first. They're the ones who understand why they're moving. I'll see you tomorrow. This is not financial advice. Always do your own research before making any investment decisions.